for Toney. Go to Kate here in the middle.
Hi, Toney. After looking at the tape yesterday, what were kind of the points of emphasis that you guys really need to fix and work on?
First and foremost, I feel like as a defense, we came out and we played a solid game. We have to fit our gaps a little bit better, better eyes on the back end, for the play action pass. And up front, we just have to continue to get better and work our craft.
Go back right over here to Cease.
Can you talk about Toney getting the suspended players back? Was there any communication problems, anything along those lines? You haven't been out in a game type, in a game until then?
As far as communication goes, I feel like we communicated well. We just have to have better eyes, and we just have to fit our gaps better. That was actually the first game that the starting 11 on the defense actually played together. So, from this point forward, I feel like we can only get better.
Go on the edge here to Gabe.
Toney, you mentioned overall you thought the defense played well. Can you pinpoint the specific areas where you felt the defense played well?
I feel like for that being our first time out as a unit, I feel like we communicated well, and for the most part, 10 guys were doing their job. It was always, just one guy, with the mistake, and each and every play, all 11 guys have to be on one accord. So, one guy not being in his gap can make a big difference, especially when you're playing a veteran team like Alabama.
Seat in the back, Chip.
Toney, how's the confidence level of this defense right now?
I think each and every week, younger guys are stepping up and older guys are, showing that they could be leaders slowly but surely. Our confidence right now is not at an all-time high, but each and every week it will get greater as we play together more and more.
How much does it help to have an offense that's scoring the kind of points that they do that maybe takes a little bit of pressure off you guys?
Our offense is one of the best offenses in the country, but as a defensive player, you can't depend on the offense. As a defense, we should go out there and try to pitch shutouts. Slowly but surely, we're getting better and we're getting closer to our goal. But it'll take time. Like I said earlier, that was our first time actually playing all 11 starters as a unit, and we played against the #1 team in the country. Looking at our defense, I feel like we have a lot of guys that are hungry, and we'll be getting better in the coming games.
Go in the middle here to Suzanne.
Hey, Toney, it seems like y'all had a problem Saturday with pass rush, not getting any. I think there was one quarterback hurry, no sacks. Can you talk about how difficult that makes the job in the secondary when the quarterback's got all day to just pick everybody apart?
I feel like our guys up front was getting somewhat of a pass rush. We're playing a pretty good offensive line. That was the #1 team in the country. No excuses, though. I feel like our defensive coaches will have us prepared for the coming games with the pass rush and the back end, great eyes and a great pass rush coming up soon.
Right here, seated in the middle, Jimmy.
Yeah, Toney, obviously Mike Evans had just a monster game, against Alabama. Can you just talk about what it's like dealing with him on a day-to-day basis in practice, and did he surprise you? If so, how much?
He didn't surprise me at all. Ever since fall camp, ever since he's been here, he's been a hard-working guy. Of course, he's a big guy, big in stature, but he works very hard in practice, and he works at his craft. It didn't surprise us, at all that he had a big game like that. I feel like it helps us as a secondary because we get to go against some of the best receivers each and every day in practice.
In the front here to Brent.
Along those lines, does anything Johnny Manziel does at this point surprise you and just on his game in terms of against Alabama?
I feel like when Johnny Manziel goes out and play with our wonderful offense, it's just high power. I feel like Johnny Football is being Johnny Football. He's going out there and having fun and doing what he loves to do, along with each and every one of our guys on offense. And I'm proud of our offense.
Back to Brent.
I know you were having a little fun on Twitter, and we asked about it last week. Were you kind of surprised that Coach Brown actually responded to what you had said with his own retort?
I wouldn't say surprised. I'm pretty sure it opened a few eyes, But, I was just speaking from my heart, and I was speaking what was on my mind. And I feel like at this point, everybody has an opinion, and I was just stating an opinion.
Is it kind of funny that you've been pitted against the UT coach here?
If Coach Mack Brown is honestly worried about what I'm tweeting, then I feel like that's his, he can do that. But for me, I feel like I should be able to tweet what's on my heart and what's on my mind.
Anything else for Toney? Thanks, Tony.